All right, so tomorrow we have a huge game, Portugal versus Belgium. I'm Bruno. This is my friend Ritam, and we're going to talk about the game a little bit. What we expect to see tomorrow.
Mhm.
Ritam, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow, Portugal versus
Yeah,
Belgium, man?
it's very, very hard to call. I mean, I don't know for sure. I personally thought before the tournament started that Portugal has an edge, but I mean, after seeing them in the first two games, I have had questions against them. I think the coach Santos might be a little defensive in a sense, like
Yeah, I mean he's certainly
yeah,
has
but
a defensive mentality.
yeah, I mean, he just wants to secure the game in a sense. It's very similar to Deschamps as well. I think both
Yeah, I
both
mean
managers
that's
are
how
very
they won
similar.
in
Yeah,
2016, though, right?
and recently all the teams, international teams who are winning tournaments, they tend to win in this way, like defend very well, keep the shape, and then you
And then
score one
score,
goal or two
score.
goal. Yeah,
Yeah,
so dominating defense lines, that's how they win. But I mean, they got exposed against Germany big time. I think on the right back against Gozens, who exposed Semedo, who
hmm
was not supposed to be a starter. We knew Semedo is not a, I mean, I can say he's not a good player, but I mean, he was exposed before even in Barcelona. So that's a question mark.
yeah. I mean he's
Even,
okay. He's not amazing, but I don't think
yeah,
that's he
not having
he
Cancelo.
wasn't the only guy. Yeah, he wasn't the only guy that wasn't great against Germany. So I
Yeah,
don't want to.
against Hungary, but against the France match, I mean, Portugal played a much better football, like the kind of football.
Still conceded two goals though, but the
Yeah,
first one shouldn't have been a goal
yeah,
because it was a ghost penalty.
yeah, we kind of expected from them. So, and they're going against a very good forward line. So the question is like, I think personally Portugal go should go attacking from the get go because Belgian defense like is not that good. I mean, they're a bunch of old players who are probably not that fast
I
as
think
well.
Portugal should win this match, and I really don't understand why. Because I've been watching the whole reason, kind of why I decided to start doing videos for the channel again is because I've been watching ESPN FC and those sorts of channels on YouTube, and they seem convinced that Belgium is just gonna. They were convinced that France was gonna steamroll Portugal, and now they're convinced that Belgium is gonna destroy Portugal again. I don't understand where that logic comes from. I think if you look at the teams, they're pretty balanced. And Portugal is actually a better team overall. They're more balanced.
Yeah,
The Belgium defense is certainly not great. I mean, it's okay, but Vermaelen, Vertonghen, those guys. I mean, they're Alderweireld. I mean, they're all way into their 30s and 32, 33, 34.
yeah,
And I mean they look old, they look they're old. I mean for football players. So um yeah, I mean it's not an elite defense, and I think Portugal is much better rounded, much more well rounded than Belgium. But then again, like you say, if they have De Bruyne, Lukaku, Eden Hazard, and they're all working together and they're all being effective, then I mean, that's Belgium's game.
yeah. I think De Bruyne and Lukaku, how much like I remember a couple of games. Like one of the game was like against Brazil when Belgium
Yeah,
played very good football, where they keep their star players
they're
and they're all
basically
connected.
unstoppable
Yeah,
if all of them are firing
yeah.
on
I
all
mean,
cylinders. I mean, they'll destroy
if they connect
Brazil, they'll
properly,
destroy
yeah,
Argentina,
yeah.
Germany, Portugal. It doesn't really matter.
But I mean, the question is like how Portugal would tactically try to stop the midfield. I
Do
mean,
you
in a
think they
sense,
do you
like
think they're
the
going to be super defensive?
I don't think so, but I mean, there's a good chance like who be playing at the CDM role, and I think the important thing is that not letting De Bruyne pass. I mean, De
De
Bruyne
Bruyne
is
is
a,
the key.
yeah.
De Bruyne is the key. He's the
If you
guy
can
that
control De Bruyne and isolate Lukaku in a way,
the game against Denmark. I mean, Belgium was a pretty average side without De Bruyne.
yeah. The moment he came in, he started
Yeah,
to
I mean, De
like,
Bruyne changes things.
yeah. So I mean, if you can isolate Lukaku and not let De Bruyne play his usual game, and we have seen these things happening in the Premier League in the past. Like people have
Yeah.
contained De Bruyne in different ways. So I think there are instances, and from Portuguese midfield, I think the key players would be some of the lesser known players, maybe like Carvalho, the other guy Nuno Gomez, like how all of those players combine to stop the Belgian midfield. I think it can be essentially a battle of midfield. Like whoever wins the midfield can end up going score goals because I mean
Yeah, I think the midfield will be key. And I don't know, who do you think is going to start for Portugal? Because it's at this point it's not very clear who the starters are in midfield. I think
I think
some,
that's one of the problems of Portugal. Like they're kind of so sometimes like questioning who should play where or who should start. I
yeah,
think
I don't think they're yeah, I don't think it's clear at all
I
who
think
are the starters,
for
right? Who the
sure
starters
Renato
are right now.
Sanchez should start. I mean Renato Sanchez is very good form
Yeah,
and he's playing
I
very good
agree. I
football.
think it should be him and someone else.
Yeah.
He's
He should
the
play wherever in the field he
yeah,
should
he's the
play.
top midfielder right
Yeah.
now, a central
Ideally, I
midfielder.
think he would play on the right side of the midfield. I have a feeling, but I mean, in the Germany game, he actually came in for Bernardo Silva, and he created so many chances so fast. It was
He
amazing.
could play in that position. I'll
Yeah.
probably play him in central midfield though with 4-5-1. I don't know if Portugal is gonna play 4-2-3-1 or if they're gonna play 4-3-3 because he's done both things before. So in the tournament even so, I'm not really sure, but I think Renato Sanchez should be in there.
Yeah.
And I really like João Palhinha who came in
Okay.
uh against France.
I saw him playing.
Palhinha came in and I thought he was very good. So I think that those two guys should be starting in midfield.
Okay.
And then obviously you have your Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes,
I think
Jota,
that's one of the
Cristiano
question
Ronaldo.
though. Like Bruno didn't play against France. Moutinho played and seemed
Right.
like much better because Bruno was not even in a sense visible in Germany game. Like he was.
He's having a terrible tournament.
And we have this question like
Yeah.
people who watch this Premier League very closely
Uh-huh.
like had these questions even before Fernandes came to United. People had the doubt like is he a big match player? Like that was a question everyone used to
Right.
ask. Like
But he kind of he proved in the Premier League that he's a great player.
he's a great player, but even in the Europa League final, I remember Bruno Fernandes was invisible against a team, Villarreal team, which was like okay, but I mean
Yeah.
he just didn't show up, and that's a problem. I think Moutinho is a. I don't know if he's a better player compared to Bruno Fernandes.
Well, I
but
think he's more experienced,
yeah, he played a. He seemed like
and
much
he always
better.
delivers. So that's the
Yeah.
thing about Moutinho, that he always delivers. He's not the best player in the world,
Yeah,
but every time he's gonna play well.
yeah.
So who do you start? I would personally, I think Fernandez should definitely start because he's a match winner if he's at his best. Uh, and Portugal
But
is going
would
to need
you?
something special against Belgium. So I think he's the man to, but I don't know if he's going to.
But
I
if
would,
you
I
put
would.
him in the pitch and he doesn't show up for 70 minutes, and you have to sub him ultimately. What
Yeah.
happened in the Germany game? I mean,
Then you're
yeah,
probably out of the tournament.
yeah. Then you're gone because you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't controlled the game. You
Because
haven't created
Lukaku is
anything.
doing some damage and De
Yeah.
Bruyne is doing some damage.
Yeah.
So
And they were already 3-1 down by the time he got subbed. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
and that might happen, but I'll still put him in the pitch. I think he's a very good player, but he might not. I'm not so sure. Fernandez starts. I kind of almost have a feeling he won't.
I have a feeling as well, yeah, that he won't start probably.
Yeah, and Bernardo Silva, I don't think he would not put him in. I think he's gonna start for sure. I think Cristiano Ronaldo certainly starts. Jota, that's another question. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about Jota. He hasn't looked good either.
So you're not impressed with how Jota played?
No, I mean he's not playing well, and I think it's because of his fitness issues because and continuity because he for Liverpool in the beginning of the season he was fantastic, but then he hasn't played really consistently since then. And Portugal has other good players,
So you think Jota?
there are some question marks. I think.
Yeah. So
It could be Bruno Fernandes starts and Jota doesn't start. It's but it's I don't know. It'll be
Jota is
a little bit of a
Portugal
surprise. The
playing
lineup.
on the left side of the pitch, right?
Yeah, he's playing as left winger for now.
Yeah, left winger. So
Yeah.
who can replace Jota? I mean, That's the question, though.
Yeah, I mean, if you play Bruno Fernandes in that position, he could play there.
Okay.
Guerreiro could play as a left midfielder instead of left back. Rafa Silva, Gonçalo Guedes. I think he's in the team. So there are some good options. But I don't know. That's a good question though, because there aren't that many good left wingers. So
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo could also play as left wing, and then André Silva, who had a fantastic season in the Bundesliga, he scored more goals than Holland, so that's saying something. I think he was amongst the top 5 best scorers in the season.
He's coming as a
across
sub every.
all of Europe. So yeah,
Yeah.
so many questions. Anyways, who do you think is gonna win?
It was very hard. I mean, I don't know. Honestly,
Who knows?
I mean,
it's
yeah, I think
It's 50
Belgium.
I would say
might have a
50
chance.
50
Yeah.
50 50. But I'm going to go with Portugal just because I don't trust Belgium's defense. I think against Portugal has too many world class players in attack. I think Portugal probably gets it done.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to say. Also, Belgium had question like in defense, like who would they pick, like Boyata? How would Eden Hazard play? Because technically he hasn't played
Do you think he starts?
that. I don't know for sure. I mean,
I don't know for sure either.
either. But again,
Yeah.
a match game changer. Like one run, he can change the game. Like he's also unstoppable.
Eden Hazard could change the game.
Yeah,
He could also be terrible,
yeah. I mean, he hasn't
which is more
started.
likely.
Yeah,
So his brother is actually playing better than he
better than
is.
his.
Yeah. But I mean, who knows?
And I like
I
Roberto
think if De
Martinez as a
Bruyne is
coach.
very good and Lukaku is very good, then I would say probably Belgium wins. But if not, I tend to think I think that Portugal overall, I think Portugal edges out
I think a
Belgium.
lot of thing would depend on De Bruyne. He's
Yeah,
the key
De
player.
Bruyne,
How good of a game he's gonna have, and how much Portugal would let him control the game in a sense as well.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
So that's it for our analysis, guys. Big match tomorrow, and let's hope it delivers. Thanks for watching.